she in the vehicle?
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm at Grace Church Road. I went to Waynesboro to bring this man down to this address. And now he's trying to force his way into a house. I'm afraid to move my vehicle. Just fighting in there.
It's inside the house now?
Yeah.
You have your doors locked?
It's open. I'm in a van.
You need to make yourself safe, okay? Even if you've got to drive away from there to get away from him and close that and lock that door. Do that for me now, please.
Okay, wait a minute.
And boom, we're live. Okay, well, this is my second live because I did one earlier today, Adam. I mean, I did leave you a message to let you know because I just wanted to go over certain things. I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, it was like 33 minutes long, right?
No, I don't think it was even that long. I think it was like 29. Okay. So unless it added something to it, yeah, I was like, I felt like I was underneath that 30-minute mark. So when I looked at the time, it was like 28 something. I was like, Deb, are you proud of me? I know like this has really picked up a lot of traction. Especially today, the story about the Titan from OCEANGATE. So I know there's a lot of channels and probably news covering it still because, again, it's a race against time. Yeah. And anyway, for Adam, like I said, you've been keeping an eye on it. Last night was so funny. We're so cancers. We are so cancers.
We are.
You can say why if you want.
Well, we pretty much had the exact same thought process.
Yeah, we were just like nothing was keeping our attention, and then it was like at the same time we would text back to each other in Messenger. We would be like, I'm just like, yeah, I'm just been watching and then all of a sudden Adam pops up the message that says listening to TikTok on OCEANGATE, and I'm like, message comes right back in for me before really like right after him. We were just on the same wavelength. It's like I was watching like some true crime stuff and I just couldn't get I couldn't stay attention to anything, and I was just like I was more interested in what was going on with this the Titan and the OCEANGATE thing. And birthday's coming, yay. When's your birthday, Diana? Just say my husband's is tomorrow. Is yours tomorrow? Yeah. And hello, guys. Hi, Lacey.
So I mean, I know that technically, the Submersible is not true crime. I was having a conversation about this earlier about channels covering it, and I said, I understand it's not true crime, but I'm so invested and interested in the in this story that I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
So, and plus, I mean, I think we are probably going to have a lot of information with Delphi to probably talk about in the next day, 2 days, indefinite amount of time. So I thought it would, when you said you wanted to talk about this tonight, I was so glad because I was like, good. We don't really have that much to talk about with Delphi until the documents come out. And this would be a great thing to talk about.
Yep. I mean, I know there's stuff going on with the Koberger and stuff like that. Thanks, Lacey. I know there's stuff going on like that, but you know what? Sometimes you just got to throw whatever because again, I honestly don't care if this wasn't about Delphi tonight or Koberger case. To me,
Yeah.
this is what I'm paying attention to right now, and regardless if a lot of people come in or not, doesn't really matter. You guys get to share the space with us, so hopefully you guys will enjoy what we're going to kind of show tonight as well. I will bring up the share screen here, and we'll go to the marine traffic here, you guys. Okay, so
Should
this
we
is
say
very sad.
hellos first?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, you didn't hear me saying hellos? Okay, go
Oh,
ahead.
I did not.
No,
Sorry,
go
my
ahead.
bad.
That's okay. There's
Did
a
you already?
few
Did
people.
you already? You didn't. You did
Yeah,
not say hello to everyone.
I did. I did most of them. Yeah. Yeah, because there's not a lot
Sorry.
of people in here right now, but we're
Well,
gaining more traction. But
well, hey
there's a couple
me.
more people.
Hey Lucia. Hey Shelly. Hey Lacey. I saw Shelly. I saw Lacey's post earlier, before the live started, and I thought that was really sweet. When she said, "You guys, I can't wait for this live. Although I love you guys talking about Delphi, I needed a break. The story is very interesting."
I didn't
So,
even take a nap today. All I've
so
been
thank you.
working on was videos and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Sharon Parker, Diana. Hello. Now I'll let Sunny talk. Sorry.
No, no, no. I was just I, after I got off the live, I put out one because Curtis Media, with the Nicola Bully case, he got arrested again. This time with stalking charges and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So, anyways, they really have it in for him, regardless of what anyone thinks of the channel or the gentleman.
Right.
They really have it in for him. Actually, you know, the point there with the Nicola Bully case, it's really the corruption of when police do things to use the authority in a way that is balancing that line of legit and corrupt, you know,
Right.
and that's really what it is. It's more like I would say that the Lancashire police are harassing him more than he's
Yeah.
harassing them.
And
They
we all
really,
saw the way that Penny looked at him on that tractor.
yeah, right. I'm Penny's evil eyes, yeah. But I just find it a joke, and I'm sure glad that we don't have to deal with the UK laws for that stuff out here. Getting arrested because you're filming, and it's a joke. But anyways, we're not gonna
Um,
talk too much on that. But anyways, I put out that video, put in another video, made a video for the live tonight, and that one will be interesting as I play that. And yeah, it's a very sad situation going
it is.
on. Um,
Hey, Sharon.
I watched your video last night on this case, got me interested in it. So I told my family before it hit the news in Australia. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
exactly.
They're not talking about it in Australia. That's interesting because
Well, now
I
they
kind
are.
of felt like the whole world is talking about it.
Yeah. hmm Well, right, exactly, Shelley Sanford. But you're right. Now that they are, I mean, I even seen Curtis Media put up a video on it today as well.
Right.
But anyways, and basically, let me go to here. Let
Yeah.
me just
Oh,
bring
and
this
Sunny,
up.
really quickly, last thing I'll say before you go into it.
Yeah.
Tom Webster is not able to watch this evening because he has things going on, but he sends his love.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Tom. There's a few people that have said that. Miss Dog Lover said, "Sorry, I can't watch your live tonight," and she sent me a couple links, and 'cause she has to work tomorrow. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say that Mustang said, "I'm not going to be in chat tonight, but I will watch playback." Look at it, all you busy people on a Wednesday night. Yeah. I'm okay. I gotta say this out loud because hopefully it will come true. I really hope that they don't drop the documents tomorrow just because it's my husband's birthday. And,
They will.
do
They
you know what
will.
I mean? I mean, I would like to make him a special dinner. He got a cake from his mom today, but it's his special day. So I'm kind of hoping that they don't drop tomorrow and that they drop
But you
on
know what?
Friday instead.
They're going to come out in the afternoon tomorrow, so we'll be able to do an afternoon live, and then you'll be
Well,
done by dinner.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I need to go buy the dinner and stuff like that.
You can do that in the morning.
We'll see how it works out. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, The background brightens me up a bunch. Oh yeah, so I have the Titanic behind me there. Um, so thanks. Yeah, my husband's gonna be 33. Ooh, so old. He still has a pinch back, so he's in a lot of pain still. Um, sucks. I really hate seeing him in pain. I really do. It hurts my heart so badly when I see him in sort of pain. When somebody's just a hard worker and they're just a great husband, and I just hate seeing him in pain whatsoever. So yesterday I'm just sitting here massaging him again, and every day I say, like, how's your back doing? Because it's in his shoulder blade area, and he's like, still hurts. So yeah, still hurts.
Your massager still going strong?
Massage is still going strong. Yeah, yeah. Yesterday it was my fingers though, instead. Yeah.
Old school.
No. It will work itself out. But I'm just kind of hoping that they don't come out till Friday. But knowing they'll probably all drop tomorrow. Who knows? Anyways, let's bring this up.
Someone said, "Oh, those will be out like next week." It's Indiana.
And possibly, right? Okay, so obviously, I'm just trying to make this because I know that I'm on the screen here. But anyways, okay. So obviously, this is marinetraffic.com, guys, that anyone else can go to as well. So the Adelante, or however you say it, is right over here. Hey, get out of my way. We don't want Google ads. Stop seeing this ad. Not interested. What? Go away. Seen this ad multiple times. We'll try not to show it again. I just want you to get out of my space is what I want. Okay, so let's just start off with here. St. John's, of course. I'm from Canada, for everyone that should know by now. And I live on the West Coast, in Vancouver, over this side of the world. I live down over here. So obviously St. John's is totally, on the other side of Canada. And of course, my husband's from the UK over here. So maybe I should have lived over here, eh? That is just, big swim. But anyways, so Boston is where they have their main search set up for the search and rescue. The United States is working out of Boston. And of course, our side in Canada is working out of St. John's, Newfoundland. Now, the Titanic site is right here. And this ship right here, the Atlante. So, although I'm confused because it says its ETA is on the 23rd, I don't fully understand this stuff. So, I'm just playing around with buttons, but I think you have to have like an actual account that you got to probably pay for or something. Anyways, I wasn't willing to go that far. So it's saying arriving at 8:30, but like, I don't really understand that because it's right here already. Like, this is where the okay, get in there. Where are you? Right there. Okay. So this is the Prince Polaris. This is the ship that I believe is the one that dropped off the Titan. So this is at the Titanic area. So this is the Polar Prince, and as you can see, this is the one that has the ROV on it. So if there's anything that could help rescue, as what I've read, that it could help rescue the Titan, it would be it's that ROV that's on the Adelante. And so I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but it's actually La Atalante or whatever, but L apostrophe or whatever. But anyways, so this is the ship. Now, from what I can see, like, unless this ship, because it's been sitting in the same spot now for a good few hours. So I'm pretty sure that it's probably reached its destination.
Right. It was this afternoon. I saw it was like an hour away. So it's definitely been there for a few hours.
And I was going to say, I mean, I keep refreshing, like, let me see it. Let me just refresh this again.
But, to me, the scariest thing is, and I don't want to interrupt you, but, even if it is there, does the vessel they're going to send down from this thing have the capabilities to free the submersive if it's caught up on something? Because my understanding is no. All it can do is find.
I'm not sure if this ROV has robotic arms or not, or what, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So
Um,
I mean, even just because it might be there doesn't mean it could actually even rescue it. It might just be able to locate it.
right. Again, I'm not really sure, Adam, if it has robotic arms to it or not. Where's my other ship? Where are you, my other ship? They're
And
right
you know, and if you
there.
think about it, the scary thing is, you know, we're kind of at a point now with the banging or the, you know, the banging sounds that, you know, have been emulating from it every 30 minutes. Um,
Yeah,
I almost kind of feel like it's like almost like replicating um, the rescue mission that, you know, the Titanic faced, because there were so many boats in the area, but they were hours and hours away. So I mean, it was a race against time to get there, and it's part of
yeah,
the reason so many people perished in the cold water that night. So it's just eerie in the way that the Titanic, you know, is potentially possibly claiming more victims.
yeah. I know, right? And I hope not. I mean,
Same.
honestly, I've seen some really disgusting things online.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, I've seen it where people are making these memes,
But people are
these
making
drunk.
fun of them for being rich.
And you know what? And I find that really pathetic and really sad. I am so sorry that we all walk the same earth and we all have skin and bleed and take poops and pees and all that stuff the same. Just because somebody has money. The bottom line is that okay? Give me a couple of your millions, sure. I'd be happy with that. No problem. Thank you so much. But
Right.
regardless, these people really, whether they earned it working real hard or whether they come from rich families anyway, does not make a difference. These are human beings. That's
Absolutely.
what the disgusting part is that these people are human beings. And it's because of their money that companies like the Ocean Gate and other companies are able to do research and they're able to go beyond the
Yeah.
boundaries of things because of the research and the money that goes into it.
Right.
So
I mean, I think it's important to note that, you know, I would be lying if I didn't say I've laughed at people's wealth before. Of course, you know,
yeah,
you
of
know,
course.
it's easy to, you know, be like, oh, those poor billionaires. But um, you know, we also have
I
to
know.
credit this company for giving us the clearest pictures that have ever been released of the wreckage of the Titanic, which came out in 2022 last year.
Actually,
You know, ever
20,
be
go ahead.
well, the clearest ones we've ever received came out last year, and they were from this company.
Yeah, because I was actually just looking at a timeline for that, and it actually said, so in 2021, Ocean Gate makes its first successful attempt to reach the site. In
Yeah.
2023, the first full-size digital scan of the wreck is created using
Okay.
deep sea mapping. Um, so
Um.
that's the first full size digital scan. It's saying 2023. It
Hmm.
kind of gives a timeline of the whole
Yeah.
Titanic thing.
That's interesting because I'd heard the same thing, but I'd heard 2022. So I'm gonna
Uh,
take your word for it.
well, I mean, I'm just going by the site that has this timeline of events from 1985. So
Yeah.
the Titanic was discovered by an American French team in
Yeah.
1980.
1985.
Yeah, and then in the 1986, a submersible Alvin explores the wreck. And then, I mean, I'll just screenshot it and show it in a bit what
Oh
they're
yeah.
showing here. Um, boom, boom, boom.
Someone
But,
someone did
but anyway,
say in a comment really quickly. Um, oh, Lacey says, "What happened with the thing where it's supposed to float to the top?" My understanding, Lacey, is that, you know, this submersible is designed to float to the top on its own. Um, the thing that, you know, I think that might prevent that is if it's hung up on something. Um, what that could be, we don't know. You know, is it hung up on some of the wreckage of the Titanic? I don't know. Um, but you know, it is designed to float to the top.
yes.
But
Well,
you know, it doesn't appear that it has as of now.
yeah. Well, You know what? Let's watch a video. The video is approximately 15 minutes long, and then this will give you an idea in general of like the end part of this video is when it's going to talk about the five things that could have happened to the obviously submersible on there. So we'll watch that, and then we'll come back, and then we can talk about it more and show out, because I want to show you guys some other things as well. So we're gonna do that, Adam, if that's okay, unless you had anything to say before I play it.
Not at all.
No? Okay. So I'm gonna stop screen for a sec, and then we're gonna watch a video. Like I said, it's about 15 minutes long here. Make sure I'm playing the right one. Yeah. Okay.
Sunny, did you make this video?
Yeah, the start of it. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Expeditions offers you the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to be a specially trained crew member safely diving to the Titanic wreckage site. A 12,500-foot journey to the bottom of the sea. It's the OceanGate Titanic experience.
An experimental submersible vessel that has not been approved or certified by any regulatory body and could result in physical injury, disability, emotional trauma, or death. Where do I sign?
Titanic is 12,500 feet deep. But it helped us build out the business model, get awareness, work on our launch and recovery system, which we'll talk about a little bit. And ultimately, in 2017, we dove Titan, which is the queen of the fleet. We have 5 subs. One goes to 1,000 feet, one goes to 1,600 feet, and Titan goes to 13,200 feet deep. Many challenges. There's the technology challenge. There's a regulatory challenge. There are a bunch of things to do, but those expeditions have really helped us hone our skills. What we found after researching the market was that there had been a technology used at the University of Hawaii where they got away from the big ship by disconnecting the launch and recovery from the ship and towing the submarine out on a platform that would then sink underwater and be able to be launched off that, go do its mission, come back, come to the... the cylinders, a sphere is a great thing for pressure. It's a terrible thing to live in. Use those. But titanium is, let's put it this way, carbon fiber is 3 times better on a strength to buoyancy basis than titanium. And underwater, that's what you care about. It's not strength to weight, it's strength to buoyancy. And yet no one had done that. And there are certifying or semi-certifying agencies, the Pressure Vessels for Human Occupation Committee that handles hyperbaric chambers in submarines. You have the SubSafe program in the Navy. These programs are over the top in their rules and regulations, but they had nothing with carbon fiber. So we had to go out and work on that. And one of the things I learned is, you know, when you're outside the box, it's really hard to tell how far outside the box you really are. And we were pretty far out there. So we have a carbon fiber hull, it's 5 inches thick, and titanium domes on the end.
Faced by search and rescue teams as they attempt to locate the missing submersible. A Canadian patrol plane has picked up sounds in the search area. These noises registered on sonar buoys. But at the moment, the experts haven't been able to identify them. Yet, it has provided a glimmer of hope as rescue teams move specialist equipment into the area. A sophisticated deep-sea submersible provided by the US Navy loaded onto this ship overnight. It will join more than a dozen ships and submersibles scouring the area. with the operator of the missing vessel's supply ship, the Polar Prince, saying they're still optimistic. The Polar Prince lost contact with the submersible on Sunday morning. I mean, realistically, how optimistic are you that you will find the submersible and rescue the men on it?
The equipment that's been mobilized for this is the finest in the world, the most capable in the world. We have to hold out hope. I think, as you're aware, there's still life support available on the submersible, and we'll continue to hold out hope until the very end.
If the 5 men on Titan are still alive, their fate may rest in the hands of crew member HenryNargeolet. A highly experienced mariner, he's visited the wreck of the Titanic some 35 times, and we tracked down a man who knows him well. Jose da Silva captained the supply ship on one of his missions.
He's very experienced.
Da Silva says he's unflappable once his submersible got stuck on the Titanic itself.
One time the hull was stuck in a Titanic piece, and we had to do a lot of maneuvers to be able to bring the hub back to onboard ship.
A German adventurer who made the same trip in Titan in 2021 told Sky News he thought the voyage was safe, but it wasn't a pleasant experience.
You cannot stand, you cannot stay on your knees, you only sit 10.5 hours in the same situation.
The North Atlantic can be a formidable foe. The depths and tides frighten most Newfoundlanders. This is a challenging place to conduct a rescue operation. It was when the Titanic sank, and it still is now. One official told us it's like looking for a needle in a moving haystack. If the submersible is intact, they won't have much oxygen left, but nobody on this island is giving up. John Sparks, Sky News, St. John's, Newfoundland.
Oops, my editing.
It is another mystery of the deep. As hopes fade for the 5 wealthy Titanic tourists who vanished while exploring the wreck aboard a mini submarine, one question keeps arising. What happened? It is possible that no one will ever know after the sub, called Titan, suddenly went silent hundreds of miles off the coast of Canada and around 13,000 feet underwater beside the Titanic. On board was a British billionaire, one of Pakistan's richest men and his son, a famed French explorer, and the CEO of the company running the dive. They began their voyage early Sunday with 96 hours of oxygen inside the sub and have not been heard from since. Submarine experts agree that 5 possible accidents are the most likely cause. Perhaps the most obvious explanation is that the submersible became tangled in the wreckage of the Titanic itself. The ship split into 2 pieces as it sank back in 1912, and those sections now lie amidst a huge debris field on the seabed. Navigating the wreck is extremely dangerous, according to those who have dived it. It is possible that the sub's pilot got disoriented, perhaps after communications were interrupted, causing the craft to get snagged. Another explorer has described how a sudden undersea current swept his submarine into the wreck, getting it temporarily stuck. Titan is equipped with drop weights, which can be thrown overboard to give it extra buoyancy, potentially freeing it and helping it float to the surface. But if it is stuck, for example, inside the Titanic, there could be little the crew would be able to do except wait for help. A banging noise picked up on sonar could be the trapped crew knocking on the hull of the sub to attract attention, but rescuers have still been unable to find the craft. Titan could also have suffered a power outage or equipment failure. The sub relies on batteries to power the communications, and a failure could explain why it lost contact with the surface. But they also power the engines, the lights, and the heating. A catastrophic failure would have left the sub dead in the water, in complete darkness and in freezing temperatures. If that is the case, experts say the cold could kill quicker than the lack of oxygen. Questions have been raised over the quality of the sub after one passenger pulled out over fears the company building it were cutting corners. He discovered that scaffolding poles were being used as ballast and a video game controller was being used for steering. After that, he demanded his money back. An OceanGate engineer also previously quit over safety concerns about the structural integrity of the sub, and an industry body wrote a letter in 2018 criticizing the company's experimental approach. Losing power would make the sub harder to find, and there will still be the matter of getting it back to the surface when its engines aren't working. They may still be able to surface, but there is no sign of the vessel yet. Alistair Grieg, a professor of marine engineering at the University College London, said rescue options will be extremely limited if the sub is without power. Another possibility is that the sub has become tangled on a piece of debris like a fishing net. Thousands of so-called ghost nets are swept around the deep ocean after being lost by trawlermen. Back in 2005, a Russian submersible called AS-28 became tangled on just such a net while it was underwater off the Kamchatka Peninsula in far eastern Siberia. The net got caught in its propellers and caused it to sink to the seabed, with a British underwater drone brought in to cut the netting and free it. All 7 crew members made it safely to the surface 2 days later. But they were stuck under just a few hundred feet of water compared to the Titan's 13,000. To cut the craft free, rescuers will first have to find it, and sonar is not good at distinguishing the sub from the wreckage of the Titanic scattered around it. And even if it can be cut free, the Titan will still have to make it back to the surface on its own, because transferring the crew to another vessel at that depth is impossible. After the submersible suddenly stopped communicating with no explanation, a catastrophic implosion of the vessel has become a leading theory. G. Michael Harris, an experienced Titanic explorer, fears that is exactly what happened, 10,000 feet down, where the pressure is 350 times greater than at the surface. When a submarine's hull fails at depth, the pressure of the ocean will almost instantly crush it and anyone inside. Even a small fault in the carbon fibre and titanium hull could have caused the accident, and Titan's 3 previous voyages were cancelled over fears of structural fatigue. Owners OceanGate said the vessel, which features many homemade components such as hardware store washers, had been repaired since and was equipped with a sophisticated system to monitor for any problems in the hull. But if an issue had suddenly occurred deep underwater, it is doubtful the crew could have done anything in time to save themselves. Just such an incident occurred in 2017 when the Argentinian Navy submarine ARA San Juan went missing in the San Jorge Gulf. The wreck was only located a year later, scattered deep down on the seabed. It is not known exactly what caused the accident, but it is thought an electrical failure caused it to dive beyond its crush depth, causing an implosion, killing all 44 people on board. If that is what happened to the Titan, then the crew would have been killed instantly. Another possibility is a fire on board, perhaps caused by water getting into the electrics. In 2019, a blaze broke out inside the battery compartment of the Russian submarine Losharik while it was 1,000 feet underwater. Fighting the fire in corridors as narrow as a few feet, the crew managed to get Losharik back to its parent submarine, which hauled it to the surface. 14 submariners, some of the most experienced and highly decorated in the whole of the Russian Navy, were killed. If a similar blaze were to break out on board the Titan, then the results could easily be fatal. Even if the crew somehow got the flames under control, the fire could knock out the electronics and eat up the oxygen inside the tiny 21-foot craft. There is still a lot we don't know about the Titan's fate, or the fates of the men on board. If the craft can somehow get itself to the surface, then there is hope that they can be saved. But if it is really stuck at the bottom of the ocean, then the chances of finding them alive are slim and fading fast.
Okay, so for anyone that didn't see that video, I'll drop it later again by itself. Other than that, hold on, I'm going to bring back up the, let's see here, the Marine. That's what I want to bring back up. Chrome Marine. Okay, I'll bring this back up, you guys, again. Anyways, so Adam.
Very good video.
Yeah, you know, I thought it was a good video.
Yeah.
That was just basically talking about the 5 different things. I'm kind of curious in chat if you guys can give us your thoughts, you know, about the 5 different things: fire, implosion, stuck inside of the Titanic.
Right.
I guess loss of power. What was the first one? What was the other one? Can't remember now. What was the first one?
Did you say implosion?
Yeah, an implosion.
There was being caught up inside the Titanic, and being caught up on something outside of the Titanic.
Yeah, there was. I'm just trying to remember now. Implosion, fire. Obviously, the communication went out. And obviously stuck in the Titanic, perhaps. Can't remember.
Right.
I'm missing one. Either way, first of all, I mean, but for the fact that we're hearing banging sounds, you know, or that they're hearing noises, and we're not exactly sure what to make of that yet, that gives some hope. I'm going to be the glass is half full until I have to realize that perhaps the glass is more on the empty side. Right now, I'm going to keep the faith. I'm really praying so hard that these people are found, that they're located in time. But it is scary to think about what the possibilities are. Not every 30 minutes. I don't know.
So I watched the press conference today. Did they say that? Did they say it was only heard once and not every 30 minutes?
No, I didn't hear that at all. That's why I'm wondering why about Eric meant saying that, because
I would have to go back and watch it again, because I won't lie. I watched it. I mean, I won't lie. I got distracted while I was watching it.
I didn't.
Like, I get distracted when I watch everything. But
I didn't hear it.
They did. Okay, so Eric says they said it.
He said they said it, but that's not
maybe
what
we'll
I
have
heard.
to. Should we watch the press conference?
You know, I mean, did I recorded the press conference today. Did anyone not watch the press conference today? Because I guess we could settle this. Okay, so I didn't hear what Eric heard. What I heard was that that the sounds were sent over to the acoustics, the experts in it, and they're the ones that are determining, you know, where those sounds are coming from. But
That's what I thought I heard. And I even thought I heard them say even in a military style, because of it being every 30 minutes.
You know, so.
But then again, I've watched so many things about this that, you know, I'm like, wait, did I hear that in the press conference or did I hear it somewhere else?
Well, I mean, you guys, I mean, we can listen to it. anyone wants to re-go over it that didn't watch it, because I mean, I did record it.
Yeah. Meme says she has not watched it. Lacey says I watched something. Hey Alexa.
I watched something. Let me just take a look in my files here. No, okay, hold on. I made it into a video, actually. Yeah, okay. So hold on. Let me.
It wasn't very long. It was only like 10 minutes long.
Yeah,
I believe, right?
it wasn't very long. So here, let me hit stop screen for a minute. Video file. Okay.
And while you're doing that, I will say, my interpretation of this, since I heard about it on Monday morning, was that the best case scenario and what I thought was probably most likely the scenario was that there was some sort of a catastrophic event that caused the vessel to implode, until I heard about this banging or this knocking, however you want to say it, which yesterday or last night, whenever that was, it filled me with a lot more hope for the chance that they were still alive. Whether they can get to them and rescue them in time, I'm not as optimistic as some are, but I hope.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm not going to play the first part of it because this is from a video I made earlier and put out, but I'll play the conference part of it. Okay, Eric.
Let's see.
Yep. I believe Eric's wrong. Let's see, because I didn't hear that whatsoever.
I'm the 1st Coast Guard District, and I'll provide an update on our ongoing search efforts for the Titan submarine. Behind me, or beside me, I should say, you'll see several subject matter experts from the Unified Command who introduce themselves momentarily. These individuals represent only a small fraction of the many dedicated professionals working around the clock on this complex response effort. We understand this is an extremely difficult time for the families of the missing crew members aboard the Titan, and our thoughts go out to them and the crew. The Unified Command team is working tirelessly to bring all available assets and expertise to bear as quickly as possible in response to this complex operation. And we remain in close contact with the family members and the crew to ensure they are fully aware of our current and future search efforts. Additionally, we have been in close contact with the British and French Consulates General to ensure that they are fully appraised of our efforts, and we are ensuring that their concerns are being addressed. We're incredibly grateful for the full spectrum of international assistance that has been provided, including an expert submariner from the Royal Navy, who's here with us serving aboard as a critical member of our team. Additionally, a team of highly trained French ROV operators departed St. John's last night are en route to aid the search. Moreover, our Canadian partners have been providing critical leadership and significant response capabilities since the beginning of our efforts. Again, this is an incredibly complex search operation requiring both surface and subsurface elements, and our unified approach is critical. The location of the search, 900 miles east of Cape Cod and 400 miles southeast of St. John's, makes it exceptionally difficult to mobilize large amounts of equipment quickly. In spite of those challenges, we've been able to provide continuous air and surface search assets, as well as additional ROV capability to search below the surface. We currently have 5 surface assets searching for the Titan, and we expect 10 total surface assets to search in the next 24 to 48 hours. There are 2 ROVs actively searching, and several more are en route and will arrive by tomorrow morning. We've received incredible support with aviation assets from our Coast Guard Air Station in Elizabeth City, the Air National Guard, and Canadian Armed Forces. Today there are 2 back-to-back P3 flights. One is ongoing now as I speak, totaling 14 hours of continuous on-scene coverage, and 2 C-130 flights, also one ongoing now, throughout the day and into the evening. Yesterday, a Canadian P3 detected underwater noises in the search area. As a result, ROV operations were relocated in an attempt to explore the origin of the noises. Although the ROV searches have yielded negative results, they continue. Additionally, the data from the P3 aircraft has been shared with our U.S. Navy experts for further analysis, which will be considered in future search plans. The surface search is now approximately 2 times the size of Connecticut, and the subsurface search is up to 2.5 miles deep, exponentially expanding the size of the search area. We also have to factor in the ever-changing weather conditions, currents, and sea states that expand the search area every hour. There's an enormous complexity associated with this case due to the location being so far offshore, and the coordination between multiple agencies and nations. We greatly appreciate the outpouring of support and offers to provide additional equipment. The Unified Command continues to prioritize assets and resources in order to provide the best capability in the most timely manner. This includes weighing multiple factors to identify the most effective resources available to the response operation, with careful consideration to timeliness of equipment arriving on scene, usefulness, and ability to deliver assets to the search area. Over the past 48 hours, we have, through incredible unity of effort, mobilized and implemented a tremendous amount of expertise and response capability. In addition to the ships and aircraft previously mentioned, we've dispatched 2 subject matter experts from U.S. Navy NAVSEA Subsalv, who will serve as search coordinators on scene for underwater search operations. So I've been stressing unity of effort a lot in this statement, and that's because it is absolutely critical to this complex operation. Again, our thoughts and prayers are with the crew of the Titan and their loved ones. We will continue to work as hard and as quickly as possible in an effort to locate them. I will take a few questions, but before I do that, I do want I'm going to have each of the members of the team here just introduce themselves, and then I'll go ahead and take some questions.
Okay. Good afternoon. I'm Paul Hankins. I'm the Director for Salvage Operations with the U.S. Navy's Supervisor of Salvage.
Hello, I'm Carl Hartsfield from the Woods Hole Oceanographic Institute.
Good afternoon. I'm Lieutenant Commander Rich Cantharia. I'm an exchange officer currently serving on the staff of Commander Submarines Atlantic at Norfolk, Virginia.
Good afternoon, Lieutenant Commander Christy Butler, working closely with Captain Frederick from RCC Boston, Search and Rescue Mission Coordinator. Thank you.
Thanks, Christy.
Can you tell us about the noises that were heard? Can you give us any more detail? And just to follow up, from what you've gathered so far, based on those noises, should that give the families and the others who care for these people, should that give them some reason to hope?
So a couple things. One, I think when you're in the middle of a search and rescue case, you always have hope. That's why we're doing what we do. With respect to the noises specifically, we don't know what they are, to be frank with you. The P3 detected noises. That's why they're up there. That's why they're doing what they're doing. That's why they put sonar buoys in the water. The good news is, what I can tell you is we're searching in the area where the noises were detected, and we'll continue to do so. And we hope that when we're able to get additional ROVs, which will be there in the morning, the intent will be to continue to search in those areas where the noises were detected, and if they're continuing to be detected, and then put additional ROVs down in the last known position where the search was originally taking place.
Captain, is it true that these noises were coming in regular 30-minute intervals as reported?
I hadn't heard 30-minute intervals. So here's what I can tell you. I am not a trained ear for underwater aquatics. That's why we have a team of experts that are analyzing that data. That data was sent immediately to the Navy last night, and it was analyzed overnight. They're still looking at it, but I can tell you that it's inconclusive. But again, I think the important piece is we're searching in the area where the noises were detected.
Captain, can you talk about a timeline? Can you talk about what timeline you're working on in conjunction with the teams that are there?
It's a timeline in what respect?
How much oxygen they have left off?
Oh, okay. In terms of, so we talked about the oxygen number. I think you're all tracking the oxygen number. I think there's an important point with that, though. The oxygen, that's just one piece of data, right? There are a lot of pieces of data that we need to consider. And, we're continuously looking at that, and we'll continuously, do that throughout the search. But that's not the only thing that's important, right? And right now, our efforts are solely focused on the search. That certainly is a dialogue that's happening. But we're focused on searching at this point.
This is a recovery or a rescue at this point?
Oh, this is a search and rescue mission, 100%. We are smack dab in the middle of search and rescue, and we'll continue to put every available asset that we have in an effort to find the Titan and the crew members.
Captain, can you describe are those ROVs, and can you confirm that some sort of rectangular object has been spotted? There was some sort of report about that.
So a couple things. So the ROVs, each ROV brings different capability. The ROVs that are diving today, Paul, what's the depth on the
4,000 meters.
4,000 meters. And some additional ROVs that'll be arriving tomorrow have additional depth capability. With respect to an object, so yesterday one of the aircraft did see an object. I will tell you this: in search and rescue missions, when aircraft are flying continuously, there is stuff out in the ocean that is floating. We went back, we looked at it. It wasn't. We didn't determine it to be debris. We don't think it correlates with the case, and it is not uncommon at all during an active search to see things, and then we go and look at them. So.
Just from BBC News, when were these noises first heard? How long did they persist for? And if I could also ask, do you have any information in terms of food and water that men might have on board the sub?
Yeah. So so several P3 flights have heard the noises as yesterday, and we put assets there. We relocated assets immediately. With respect to food and water, it's my understanding there are some limited rations. I can't tell you exactly how much they have aboard, but they do have some limited rations aboard the vessel.
Speaking to the families, how much hope can you give them after hearing those noises?
Listen, I think you need to be careful. We need to have hope, right? But I can't tell you what the noises are. But what I can tell you is, and I think this is the most important point, we're searching where the noises are, and that's all we can do at this point.
Is that your best clue right now about the status of the submersible or those noises? And are the noises continuing now as they stop?
So I just wanted to. So it was my understanding that the P3 had heard some noises today as well. But so I do want to take just an opportunity to invite Carl to the podium just to talk a little bit about. He has a little bit more expertise in underwater acoustics, and maybe just to speak to that in general, because again, there are noises below the surface of the ocean, so I'll just turn it to Carl.
Carl, can you spell your name? Yes, CarlHartsfield. So again, Carl Hartsfield from the Woods Hole Oceanographic Institution. So the ocean is a very complex place. Obviously, human sounds, nature sounds, and it's very difficult to discern what the source of those noises are at times, but I can tell you that this team has multiple sensors. They're in the area. They're sending data back expeditiously to the best in the world people to analyze that data, and then they're feeding the results of that analysis back to the unified team, and they're making decisions. So Woods Hole is here in an advisory role, but by our expertise, what I see is a very tight operational loop that's making decisions based on data, and nothing is ruled out. There have been multiple reports of noises, and every one of those noises is being analyzed, tracked, looked for patterns, and reported upon.
Considering how many days passed? Can you describe what the noise sounds like that they're hearing?
Well, you know, the noises, again, very complex in the ocean. You have to be an acoustic analysis, and you have to have context. They're trying to put all the pieces together. The noises have been described as banging noises. But again, they have to put the whole picture together in context, and they have to eliminate potential man-made sources other than the Titan.
Considering how many days passed? Is it possible a ship in the ocean, or even some mammals out there, could mimic that kind of sound?
So I can tell you from my experience with acoustics that there are sounds by biologics that sound man-made to the untrained ear, but I can assure you that the people listening to these tapes are trained. There are a lot of vessels in the area, and they each make noise, right? So all of that has to be eliminated, and it's analysis over time. Plus, as the captain said, the team is searching in the right area. So if you continue to do the analysis, look for different patterns, and search in the right area, you're doing the best you possibly can do with the best people on the case.
Excuse me.
Deep ocean salvage system flyway that was sent there to the location. Can you tell if it's on site yet, and how it operates, and how long it would take to rescue at depth? Would that take?
Which system is he speaking about? you know the system? What's the system that you're talking about?
It's called Flyway Deep Ocean Salvage System.
That's just a hydraulic, a crane.
Yeah, so that's what I thought. So that's a piece of equipment. It's a crane piece of equipment. There are a lot of pieces of equipment flowing in through St. John's right now. One thing I did want to mention, I think it's important. Some of the ROV capability that's arriving soon is really great, incredible capability. One thing I want to point out is that French team that's coming in to serve aboard with their equipment aboard a French ship. They bring some state-of-the-art equipment, and so once they get on, we're going to have more assets down to look, and we'll continue to put them where we think the best location is.
Considering how many days passed, are you still optimistic that you're gonna find them both?
So how many days? Did you ask how many days?
Considering how many days passed?
Well, so we have to remain optimistic and hopeful when you're in a search and rescue case. So we're right in the middle of the search and rescue case. So I don't want to get into a discussion about when that would end with respect to this case. What I will tell you, though, I'm happy to explain to you kind of how that process were to work. You know, the Coast Guard prosecutes search and rescue cases on a daily basis, and sometimes we don't find what we're looking for, and you have to carefully consider all of the factors, and there are a lot of factors you consider. And then after you consider all of those factors, sometimes you're in a position where you have to make a tough decision. We're not there yet. But if we continue to search, potentially we could be at that point. But again, we're not there yet. And that's a discussion that we will have with the family long before I'm going to discuss that here publicly.
Given this was an uncertified...
Yeah, so I can't put a number on the you know, I'm not going to put a percent. I don't have a percentage number. What I would tell you is that is just one data point, and there are more data points than that we have to look at. So right now we continue to search, and we'll have that later.
Captain, if I could, who heard the noises and how often did they hear the noises? Can you just give us any more specifics? Did
Sure.
you hear them this morning? Were they at 30-minute intervals? Just give us some more specifics.
So the report. So the noises were heard by a Canadian P3, and that was this morning and some yesterday. I don't know specifically over there at 30-minute intervals, but again, I really think the important point to that is we're in the air, we're searching there. We moved assets and we're searching there, and we'll continue to do so.
Could you just
Go ahead.
And I don't know if you mentioned this yet, but is the vessel itself, what's the likelihood that it's actually still operable at this time, the vessel itself?
Yeah, I don't. So listen, whether it's operable or whether it's sitting on the ocean floor, whether it's in the sea column, whether it's in the surface, it's all speculation, and we're just not in the business of speculation. We're in the business of searching, and we're putting everything we can with the data we have to search for the vessel. And I think we'll take one more question. Go ahead, sir.
Just want to get a bit more about the role of the Navy and the assistance being provided, as well as the equipment that is being deployed.
Yeah, so we asked for some additional subsurface support, and we got that through the Navy, through a liaison officer. He's just one of many team members, and we're greatly appreciative of the British government and all the support they've given us.
Do we expect a daily update now on this?
So I think the plan will be to do a daily like this. I'm not going to lock into that right now, but we'll keep you informed, and certainly if there's any major developments, we'll let you know. Thank you very much.
Okay, you guys, so don't forget to drop your comments in the comment section of this video. Whoops, 1 sec, sorry, remove. There we go. Okay, there we go. So with that being said, right, they don't know if it was every 30 minutes per se, but again, it was sent to the acoustics team, and I'm just like the guy Alexa. I'm very hopeful right now that a miracle is going to happen out of this. Go ahead, Adam.
So who was right?
Well, we were right. Eric went back and because I knew that he had said that he wasn't sure about every 30 minutes type of thing, like, because it's really not his job in a sense. Again, that goes to the people that are in charge of that, and then they get back the information or whatever. But at the end of the day, they're checking where those banging noises are coming from.
Right.
And yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh, I know what I was gonna do. Who dis? I was playing with this for quite a while earlier. It's kind of like the free version. Maybe the paid for version lets you do that. I'm just gonna bring this. Go ahead, Adam.
I want to say really quickly, mentioning Hoodis. I know Sonny put it in the chat earlier, but if anyone's not subscribed to Hoodis's channel, go to Hoodis's channel and subscribe, because she's almost at the 500 subscriber mark. And Hoodis has been involved with the Delphi case since day one.
Yeah, I'll drop Hoodis's link right now, actually.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway,
Hoodis is also known as Jenica. So
yeah.
Not to dox her.
Yeah, the link's right there, you guys.
No, Ray, you can subscribe, but you can't harass her, even though Hoodis is really gorgeous.
All right, she's probably blushing 10 shades of red right now. Okay, so you guys,
that's her blush.
Oh, hey there, support with Steffa. Hey, support with Steffa. Aw, gee, thanks, golly. You know how she loves a good compliment. You know that about Hoodis, yeah. Okay, so there's the polar prints right there, you guys. That's not it. It's right in there. Gotta. Okay, the polar prints. Come on, get out of there. You know you're in there. Where'd you go, you little bugger?
Oh.
There it is. Okay.
Thank you, meme or Mimi, whatever you want. I'm not sure if it's meme or Mimi, but thank you.
Not trying to make light of this in any way, but I think their banging noises should have been the beat for "We Will Rock You." Would verify it was them better. Oh, so you mean instead of Morse code SOS? Jeff, I like how somebody contradicts himself. I'm not trying to make light of this, right? I think the "We Will Rock You" song will.
Right.
will
Cammy, I did see that. I saw that News Nation had an air ticker on the screen earlier today. I haven't looked at it yet, but by my estimation, they should have about 9 or 10 hours left.
Oh,
right.
Well,
No. Wait, no, 7 or 8, I would think.
Okay, hold on. Let me get back into my zone here. Okay. So this is the Adelante. Okay, this is the one that has the ROV on it. Okay, so that is clearly within the waters already there. Now I see that it's moved some, Adam, because
has it?
Pardon?
I was saying, has it?
Well, the thing with this one is when you look at this, okay, like the thing is when you look at this 1 minute ago, come on, get on there.
Thank you,
okay.
Steffa.
So it says ETA the 23rd at 8:30. And so, like, to me, that's the estimation of arrival at 8:30 a.m. So, I mean, when we seen it earlier, it was over here. So I don't know that it has to go into port and drop off. You know, I'm not exactly sure what's going on. I'm not a freaking marine traffic controller by no means, but this is obviously moved because it was over here. So it might be on its way to the port as well. Who knows? I'm not really sure. If they have, I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. There's 3 vessels that I know that we talk about. And you guys, if I did this, okay, I mean, we would have everything in there. Pleasure craft, everything. It would look like little
That looks like those look like those cheesy Christmas lights that people do on their house with like the lasers.
Yeah. You know, So I took out the things that didn't like the tugs and whatever. We don't really need those. Let's see here, tankers.
Hey, don't diss a good tug.
So I was just trying to leave in the ones that we really needed to see, which is, so this one up here. Nope. Let's get back over here. So this is St. John's. And again, the operations are coming out of Boston over here for the U.S. You have the Horizon Arctic, which is on its way, the Canadian vessel that's setting out as well. And that one's supposed to
That
ride.
should be almost there.
Well, it's showing 5 o'clock on the 22nd is the ETA. Again, Ray would know this crap better than me.
Well,
Hey,
I mean,
Ray.
Is it 5 a.m. your time?
Well, I mean, it would show 5 a.m. Yeah. I mean, obviously it would be in my time. Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, that's just what? That's 7 hours from now?
Right. So, hey, Ray, if I click on this one, the, where's my Alante? Where's the Alante? Is that one over here? Right there. Ray, if I click on this and it says ETA 8:30 on the 23rd. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good.
So tell me, Ray, it's already obviously in the Titanic area and it's actually moving past. So you're the fisherman on here.
To me, that means they have to drop off some sort of cargo before, or passengers before they can do it. Not passengers, but crew maybe.
Not passengers. Well, I mean, obviously they have the ROV on there, but obviously they'll need fuel or however that goes.
Or maybe it's fuel.
Is when oxygen is supposed to run out. That is the theory.
Right.
I don't think that time though has to do with that time doesn't have to do with support with stuff. The oxygen. These are the ship.
No. Steph was just saying that 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow morning is when their oxygen is supposed to run out.
Is that what time? 5 a.m.
Yeah. But the thing that everyone needs to remember, and I don't want to be like the pessimist in the group because I'm not a pessimist, but I mean the vessels that are within close proximity to the search area don't necessarily have the capability to free the submersive, even if they found it.
Right.
We don't know. So, I mean, even if they found it and located it, that doesn't mean they could rescue it. So, I want so badly for these people to be rescued and found alive, but I mean, we're so close to them running out of oxygen that I just don't know.
Well, and that's just it though. Like, I mean, basically, right? I mean, that's underneath a whole bunch of elements, like they've been saying, is that okay? So the approximate time is 96 hours, but if they limit them talking and doing certain things, that will obviously buy them more time. It really just depends on what happened to the submersible.
Absolutely.
Because if it, for instance, all the system failure, and then it starts getting colder, in there, because then you're in the dark and it starts getting colder in there, probably sucking up more oxygen. It could have combusted for all we know. I'm looking to think of the positive right now until I don't have to.
Let's hope that the submersible acted as it should, and it reached the surface, and it just hasn't been found yet. That's going to be the best case scenario, is that they're rescued in the next few hours at the surface of the water. Because if they are down at the depths that they went missing from, that's going to be a whole different story.
Yeah. There's some quite unique pictures that I do wish to share with you guys, and Miss Dog Lover had sent me to the site, but I don't really feel like playing the actual person's um, video because it will probably get like a copyright to it or whatever. So I really just took some pictures that I thought was very interesting. So basically, the video. No, I don't want to go there. I want to go probably here first. So there's the top of the water there. And this person that made this particular video in animation, it basically is showing you the meters of where things are as it's going down. Like the Yellow Sea, the average is 44 meters, Persian Gulf, as then the RMS Lithuania or whatever shipwreck is at 93 meters. And I thought it was, again, the waters up top, as you can see, Lake Superior. It's a very educational but very visually appeasing to video to watch, to be honest with you. So the USS George Washington is at a depth of 210 meters for that one. Then basically, let's see, the Eiffel Tower, they're just showing basically is 324 meters to give you a little bit of grasp how, where you are underneath the water.
That's good visual.
It really is. Watching the video is quite nice, and I might have that video to drop so that people can watch it later. But the Arctic Ocean, 1,205 meters. The Black Sea average is 1,253.
Wow.
Yeah, Mediterranean. But as you're going down here, I mean, it's just cool to.
I'm gonna feel very different next time I'm in the Mediterranean.
Yeah, right.
Knowing that it's that deep.
I know. Well, that's the cool part of this video when you actually watch it, is that it keeps going back up so you can see the surface, and as it's come down and it's showing this, the different depths of the oceans, and basically some of the shipwrecks, of course, that have happened. So the Southern Ocean right at 3,020, crazy. It's crazy. The Indian Ocean. What's this one? This is the Titanic right here, which is at 3,700 meters. So that's the Titanic at that. But there's still
And
so
look how
much
little the Statue of Liberty is next to that.
Oh, right.
Right. And I do want to say really quickly, congratulations, Hudis. Apparently you hit 500 subscribers, so congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations, Hudis. Let's see. I have her thing open there. She's at exactly 500. Yeah, perfect. So let me just go back to my pictures for a sec. Thank you guys for helping Hudis out. Click on that link that I dropped there for her channel. You guys can help support her, help support Deb if you're not sub to either of them. And then, so you have the Titanic here, the Norwegian Sea, that Andaman. I never heard of that one, actually. Andaman Sea, the Pacific Ocean, the average is 4,280. That's my side of the world, people. The California side and the Canada side there. Labrador Sea. Again, it's crazy the depths, when you look at this, but there's only a couple more to show here. Then you have the USS Johnson shipwreck, which is at 6,500 meters, right? And then look at Mount Everest from surface. Is 8,848 meters. The Coral Sea, 9,140. Anyways, and then you get to the bottom. And that's like, so the Trieste, whatever, the first crewed vessel to reach the bottom, 10,911 meters. And that's crazy. Now, let me just stop the screen for a second and share a screen again. And let me just see if I think it's this one right here. Yeah. Okay. So James Cameron. Okay. And I watched a video on this earlier. See that vessel there? So James Cameron completes record-breaking Mariana Trench dive Okay, so the first human to reach the 6.8 mile deep, 11-kilometer deep undersea valley solo. Cameron arrived at the bottom with the tech to collect scientific data, specimens, and visions unthinkable in 1960 when the only other manned Challenger deep dive took place, according to members of the National Geographic expedition. Anyways, it was just a site that was I wanted just to show you guys this. And the site, do I still have that video up? I think I might have that video up. Or did I close it off? Stop screen. So share, I want to just go share screen. So this site right here is OceanGate Expedition. So if anyone wants to go check out the wonderful Titanic, this is OceanGate's YouTube channel here. And you guys can go check out that first 8K video. That's kind of what I used in my video there, was part of this clip here. And check that out if you like. Did I save? Oh, this is it. Okay. Stop screen. Present. Look at me. I'm just bouncing around. It was this one. Hold on. OceanGate, not Ocean. Yeah, this one right here. Okay. This was the video. I'll just give you a quick sample of it, but it was, here, we'll start. Like that, okay? So I'll drop that link if you guys want to go check that out. Again, it's very visually, kind of makes you go, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ah. What else? I think present, share screen, Windows, back over to here. We're just bouncing around. What's this one? Hercules, Fleet Rescue Ships, St. John's, Polar Prince Mothership, right? So that's what a blue whale is, 1,640 feet max. Titanic's down there, 12,100 feet average ocean dive. Obviously, this is where the Titanic wreck is here, you know. And then I had these in yesterday's, you know, about 4 passengers, 1 pilot. Now, it was said that, was it said, Adam, that there was like perhaps somebody else that was going to go on, and then they didn't make it, or they didn't want to go on, and so that's perhaps why the
Are you talking about the CEO?
Well, no, I just heard something where somebody wasn't supposed to say go on, and then they did.
Oh, you might know better than I. I've not heard that.
Yeah, somebody said something like that somebody was going to go on, then didn't, and opted out, and then perhaps that's why the sun went on. I'm not really sure on that story, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I do know that someone asked in the chat. So the Titanic, for anyone that doesn't know, the Titanic was originally it left from Southampton, UK, and it was going to New York before it met its demise. I said I put in the chat that I did go to Cork, Ireland last time I was in Ireland, and I saw where it last docked before it left Europe. So the last time that the Titanic saw land was in Cork, Ireland, which is the southern coast of Ireland. But about 10 years ago, I went to Belfast, Ireland, which is in Northern Ireland, and saw where the Titanic was built, which was pretty cool because it really gave you the scope of how massive that boat was. So. Huda says is not in the Bermuda Triangle. While you have that map up, show where the Titanic is and where the Bermuda Triangle is, please. Well, Sunny, are you muted?
Hey, I am. I'm telling her to shut up. I'm like, Huda, shut up. Show me where the Bermuda
I
Triangle
knew
is.
you would have a response to that, so when I didn't hear anything, I was like, she's got to be muted.
Yeah, I was just talking to myself apparently, as usual, many times. It's only because I was taking a drink of my pop or whatever, and I was like, I better let me just mute myself so you don't hear this like slurp. Not like I typically care, but yeah. Are you sure? Adam, do you want to? So the Bermuda Triangle is like somewhere there.
Well, do you see the little dot?
Or maybe
Do
it's
you
up
see that
here.
little dot? No, go down. Do you see that little dot next to, what does it
Caribbean?
say? No, go up. What does that say? Right. What's that little dot in the middle there? Right there. Go north. Yeah, what is that?
I don't know. Bermuda.
There you go.
Well,
So
see,
it goes.
if
So it goes from there. It touches Miami, and then that's the Bermuda Triangle.
well, I mean, it's got to be at least what 1,000 miles close. So I think 500 miles.
Just like 1,000 miles away. No, it wouldn't be 1,000 miles. It's probably 500. Well, no, it probably be it might be 1,000.
Why
No,
did I even think? I don't know why I thought the Bermuda Triangle.
I wasn't gonna call you out on it. But who disses kind of a bitch, so she did.
Well, what made the Bermuda Triangle so famous then?
All the other shipwrecks.
It sounded good to me when I heard it.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just always thought that the Titanic was in that Bermuda Triangle, and that's kind of why it went down. Oh, wait, besides it hit an iceberg or something. That's what it hit, right? Some sort of iceberg or something?
The Titanic, yeah, it hit an iceberg.
Yeah.
But Sonny, can we just congratulate Ray Jones? Finally got to. He's probably waited years to do this, but he finally got to use the word sperm whale in a legitimate way.
Well, where were you answering my question 10 minutes ago when I asked you what the ETA time meant? Tell me, Ray. Tell me. This one?
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah, he said it was a sperm whale. So Ray Jones has been waiting a very long time to get to use the word sperm whale in a legitimate way.
Yeah, he probably wants to say sperm male for himself on there. Ray, okay, pay attention, Ray. I'm asking you a question, Ray, Mr. Fisherman. If this boat says ETA at 8:30 a.m. on the 23rd, Ray, why does it say that? If the boat, does it have to go dock, Ray? Does it have to go dock first or something? Because it's already at the shipwreck. The shipwreck's like over here.
Sonny, I mean, you know, seamen like Ray are, you know, they're kind of snowflakes, so they have to get 8 hours of rest.
True. Yeah, true. I like how he pays attention when he wants. Come on, estimated time of arrival. Right. So, Ray, if it's already in the vicinity, I get the fact that it means ETA, estimated time of arrival. So what I'm confused about, if the boat's already in the vicinity, does that mean it needs to go to port first and then come back to the Titanic? Is that what needs to happen? Come on, Adam. That's my question. Because, you know, as Canadians, we're a little dumb sometimes. Shut up, Adam. No. Shut up, Buddhist. Yeah.
Hey, but your prime minister wears really cool socks.
He does. Our prime minister is pretty decent looking to look at. So Ray, does he need to go to port? Can you please go over what the deep sea animals are down there, please? Yeah, Crystal, if you can just Google that, please. We'd be much obliged. Yeah. Yeah, let's just start with the A.
Yeah,
Let's just Google that, eh?
You know, I mean, trust me, I saw all of the videos on TikTok about the orcas. I mean, to me, that would be a pretty fantastical explanation as to what might have happened. Would be, you know, an orchestrated attack by orcas or something like that. But I don't know at the depth that the submersible went missing what sea creatures would be there. But I mean, if you're thinking like a giant squid or an octopus or orcas, something along those lines, I doubt it, just from common sense and logic. But I mean, I love the idea. I mean, I don't love it, but you know what I mean. If we're going on a story narrative, then I think it's great.
Steph, is that a serious question?
Yeah, no, apparently they don't wear shoes on the submarine.
Right, that's just out of
But
probably respect for the.
Probably the same reason we don't wear shoes on YouTube.
Probably the same. Yeah, it kind of reminds me when you go into somebody's house and you take your shoes off.
Yeah,
you don't go
I'm not wearing. I don't know if I've ever worn shoes on YouTube.
Yeah, you don't go into a vessel with dirty shoes on.
Right.
I
mean, now if someone paid me, I'd like put shoes on and then take them off on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't really need shoes. Yeah, I'd be uncomfortable. But let me go back to my question for Ray, since apparently he didn't understand it. Okay, so Ray.
I won't do a plug right now for my socks. Okay.
Okay, Ray, if this is Adelante, however you pronounce it, and it's already based at the Titanic site. So my question to you is, if the ETA, even though look at this little arrow, it looks so close. If the ETA is saying on the 23rd, and hence today is only the 22nd or 1st, 8:30, does that ETA means that it has to go by the Titanic site to St. John's to the port and then come back out, and that's why it's arriving at 8:30 a.m.? Just seems really strange. But I'm just wondering if that's why the ETA is saying 8:30 on the 23rd when it's the 21st. Is that why? Like if let me hit refresh again. Come on, where are you, little bugger? Okay, beep. Okay, close you off. Right? See how it's getting like it's further away? Before it was over here. So that's my question, Ray. I want to know why it's saying 2 days from now, pretty much. Well, a day and a half. That's my question. Okay, that's my question. There's another way to point that the ETA is for. I can't see the waypoint. There's another waypoint. See, that's just way past my ability now. I mean that little mark thing. It says like if we were to click on this, okay, like this is the Titanic, like when it's supposed to reach. What does this say? Use route tool. Oh, shut up. I want to use the route tool. Because it's going to say log in. No, I don't want to create a free account. I already thought I'm using one. See, I can't really use all the different things because it got like it all locked and stuff unless you have like an account. Vessel names. I'm afraid to play with too many things, but locked. I was playing with this before. That's just giving me a freaking nightmare looking at it. Density maps or whatever will just turn you right back off. But anyways, I don't know what Ray's talking about when he says a waypoint. Like I know that, what's this one? ETA, blah, blah, blah. I like how it says that. Okay, before when I was looking at it though, told me it was on its way to the Titanic. So that at the end of the day, that boat's in here. It's in the waters. Regardless, that boat's going to save all those people, that ROV that's on it. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Right, Adam? Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. $250,000.
Yep.
Lexa, want to buy our support with Steph? You want to buy a seat? The new improved model? Yeah.
So, I mean, are there any so I was just looking to see if there are any new updates before we go off tonight, but.
Yeah, I mean, I've shared you guys videos. I've covered quite a bit of stuff. What do you guys, I mean, at the end of the day, I just want them saved. I want them found. I want to see one of those joyous moments where that they've captured them, or they found them. Hopefully they're sitting on the top of the water somewhere and they just haven't found them, perhaps. Highly unlikely. Probably would have found them. But I'll tell you again, like I said in the earlier live, right, Hoodis? So I think Hoodis put that in the chat too. If you ever make one of those machines, never paint it like the freaking water and ocean.
I know, right? I had never thought about that, but why not make them like neon colored so they're easier to spot?
Right. I mean, the thing is, like I said, the sun glare. When you look at water when you're driving and the white glare bounces off of it, you're not going to see this thing that's white and blue in the freaking vast freaking ocean. Like, hello.
Right. I mean, they've never even found the Malaysian airline plane, and that had hundreds of people on it, not just 5.
Right. If you're going to think to use a freaking remote controller from a freaking Xbox, then you better think to paint your freaking vessel a whole different color so people can actually see you when you're in the water. That just would make sense. Everyone knows that you wear yellow at nighttime so that still it can be seen. Everyone knows that. Right. I mean, I was amazed by that too, Hoodis.
Yeah. Hoodis just made the comment of the century, I think, because it goes for true crime, it goes for everything. And who just said a little common sense can go a long way.
You don't tell the people in Delphi that. Don't tell some of those people in Delphi that. Okay? Not everybody, some people. Just don't give them that type of hint. Or else we wouldn't have AJ Millers that come in and troll.
Well, Alexa said, I hope they brought batteries for that controller. Well, I was hoping that Sunny had batteries for her massager to help her husband out earlier. Because I know that they at least have extra controllers on board in case of some sort of system failure. So that Logitech controller that they're using, I know that they had multiple ones on board in case of
I mean, they did say that. They did say that.
I did think that about Sunny and her massager, though. I was like, I hope she has extra batteries in case she needs them.
You know it, people. Come on now. Come on.
You're like it plugs into the wall.
Hey, you know what? You know what I liked about that whole Bermuda Triangle thing, Adam?
What?
You keep telling your jokes. Is that right in the middle of that Bermuda Triangle? It says Tropic of Cancer, right across it.
You're welcome.
So, you're welcome. I know that's exactly what I was thinking. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. Actually, who's ever tomorrow's my husband's birthday, like I said, and he's a Cancer. Today is the cusp.
Oh, so, it is. You're right.
Yeah.
I didn't think
Today is the cusp. And actually, if you guys didn't know this, today is the longest day that the sun is up.
Was today the summer solstice?
Yeah, today is the summer solstice. Yes, it is. The 21st. Yep.
Wow, you're right. It is.
Yeah. So exactly. So
we had no sun here today. It stormed and rained here all day today, so we had no sun.
It was sun. It was kind of off and on today, I think, with weather. Yeah. The summer. Yeah. So, yeah.
This was our 3rd day of like constant rain. We've been under flood watches since Monday.
We had thunder the other day.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. When you live up more north in Canada, like when we lived in Calgary, we used to get outrageous thunderstorms. It was like, okay, not kidding. When I was with Dion, I never seen what is it about sometimes guys in freaking storms? It's kind of like a guy getting a needle. I'd never seen Dion run so fast behind a couch the minute that freaking thunder cracked. I'm just sitting there going, what are you doing? He's like, you hear that? Yeah. But watching thunder is quite cool. I was always told that thunder started from the ground up. That when you looked at it, it's not true.
I don't think so.
Sure?
I like that. I like that idea, though. I mean, I don't know if one night a week, but I like the idea of occasionally doing an off-topic thing, like tonight. So,
Yeah. Well, we're usually off topic every live at some point.
I mean,
come on, who does? Really. But anyway, let me play a little bit of this one if you don't mind, and then after that, we'll.
let me say
probably...
one thing really quickly. But Lisa, I'm so sorry to hear you've been dry.
You got drought? You want some of that rain? You guys can have some of that rain. Thunder don't come from. Hey, I just remember hearing that thunder started from the ground. Adam, let's Google that when we're playing this video.
No, I'm right.
Huh?
It doesn't come from the ground.
Shh. Don't say until you can confirm it.
Okay, Bermuda Triangle.
Okay, let me play a little bit of this one. This is from the Canadian side. I had to listen to your guys' stuff from the American side. You guys can listen to some of the Canadian side a little bit, eh?
Right. And then we're going to go to bed.
And then we're going to, together.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Okay, let me see. Let's see here. Where
there's still life support
hold on.
available on the submersible, and we'll continue to hold out hope until.
Let's see what he says.
Guards, the organizations that have made their marine assets available, including the French government, Technip FMC, Atlantic Towing, DOF, the many private companies who have dropped everything at a moment's notice and without hesitation, and the various crews who are dedicated to bringing the search and rescue mission to a successful conclusion. In addition to the Polar Prince, we have also mobilized the Horizon Arctic to add vessel support for this mission. We acknowledge and thank our client, ExxonMobil, who has without question given the vessel the time and space needed to respond to this incident. We also thank Premier Andrew Furey for his continuous offers of support from the province of Newfoundland and Labrador. The marine industry in this region is no stranger to responding to difficult incidents. We work together to ensure every possible effort is put into bringing people home. The people on board the Titan and their families are our focus. We care deeply about their well-being. All of us here in Newfoundland and Labrador, Canada, the United States, and around the world are unified in this work. While the United States Coast Guard, in cooperation with the Canadian Coast Guard, is leading this search and rescue effort, our critical role remains in the support capacity. It has been a very difficult few days for the crew and families of those on board the Titan and the Polar Prince. The Polar Prince captain and crew have been steadfast in providing support during this very difficult time. We have been supporting the Titanic expeditions for several years. The Polar Prince, a 72-meter vessel, remains at the Titanic site participating in rescue efforts. The vessel is an iconic former Canadian Coast Guard icebreaker that has been upgraded with advanced technology and provides research and expedition support services to clients, primarily in the Arctic. Miabukek Horizon purchased the Polar Prince in 2021. The Horizon Arctic is also involved in this mission. The 94-meter vessel is one of the most powerful and versatile offshore support vessels in the world. Often working internationally, this Canadian flagged vessel has recently performed rig moves, offshore wind infrastructure installations, and seabed surveys before returning to Newfoundland and Labrador for a seasonal project this summer. The Horizon Arctic was en route to the site on Sunday and then returned to port in St. John's to pick up deep water equipment. Late last night, the Arctic crew loaded a U.S. ROV, which, thanks to the U.S. military, arrived by air to St. John's Airport late yesterday. The vessel departed the port of St. John's at 5 a.m. this morning and will arrive at the Titanic site tomorrow morning. We are very aware of the time sensitivity around this mission. Our crews and onshore team are experts in their fields and will continue to support this effort in every way we can. We remain focused on contributing to the search for the Titan crew and continue to hold out hope that they will be located and brought home safely. Chief Joe.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you all for being here too as well. My name is Chief Mazzel Joe. I'm from the Miabukek First Nation on the south coast of Newfoundland. And I can tell you that our people are very concerned for the crew of the Titan. We're proud of the Polar Prince, its crew, and work that it does. This remarkable vessel. We have no doubt that the captain crew have been handling themselves with utmost expertise and professionalism throughout this difficult time. Also want to thank Sean and the support team here at Horizon for all they're doing support the search and rescue operations. I've been in constant contact with the operation team of the company and have been reaching out to prayer groups across the country to bring the hope and to this effort. We are praying for our friends on board the Titan Submersible. We want them to come home. We want them to come home. And we want them to come home safely. We ask everyone across Canada and the world to pray with us that we can find and rescue the Titan. Thank you. Walalio.
Can either of you tell us whether the polar prince has picked up any sign of life? I know they're doing sonar scanning as well. We've heard about the banging noises that the Poseidon picked up. Has the polar prince heard anything? Do you have any sense from your technology?
So the U.S. Coast Guard's leading the search and rescue effort, as you know. We're taking our direction from them, and all the communications are flowing back through them. They had a fairly in-depth conference about an hour and a half ago, I think, and they've covered all that, so we have nothing further to add.
What does your crew say about the conditions out there? What does your crew say about the conditions out there? How difficult is it to operate? Are they going to stay indefinitely?
The North Atlantic is always a challenging place, especially in the region that we're in. The weather is not overly significant at this point, but it always presents a challenge in the region.
Did you have any concerns about working OCEANGATE? The polar prince lost contact with Submersible on Sunday morning. You realistic how optimistic are you that we will find Submersible and rescue them?
The equipment that's been mobilized for this is the finest in the world, the most capable in the world. We have to hold out hope. I think, as you're aware, there's still life support available on the submersible, and we'll continue to hold out hope until the very end.
Can you say anything about what, if any, communications you had when the dive started, and that period of time that we don't have any information until authorities were made aware that the vessel had missed its arrival time of service?
All I can tell you there is all protocols were followed for the mission.
Sean, technical details from the Coast Guard about what's going on. Can you tell us about your staff on the ship? What are they telling you? What is it like out there? What's the mood on the ship? Any of that you can provide us?
These are extremely professional and experienced crews. This is an unprecedented situation, but I can assure you that they're handling their responsibilities very professionally and fully focused on trying to find the submersible and bring those people back safely.
Sean, how are the family members going out on the vessel? Family members going out on the vessel?
Sorry to ask some questions. Are the families aboard the vessels right now during the search and rescue operation? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
That's a question I can't answer.
What support are you giving them?
The U.S. Coast Guard is leading the search and rescue effort, and all of that's being funneled through U.S. Coast Guard.
Sean, Horizon Maritime does a lot of different things in the world. This is one of them. But I take it this community, this exploration, it sounds they're colleagues. They've been here for many years. They're friends. They're family to you guys. What is that? You do a lot of things, but what is this situation like?
Yeah. Core values of the Albuquerque Horizon Maritime Services and Horizon Maritime Services is customer focused, and we're focused on all our customers and all the various missions we operate, making sure that they're.
I think that's good. That's good. I just wanted you guys to appreciate truly how the Canadians dressed versus the Americans. Obviously, we take this more seriously,
right?
In the pullovers. And Jeff, I agree. The only thing that you missed by saying that, Jeff, is the "We will rock you" at the end of that for the more support. But without all kidding aside, of course, but definitely prayers for these 5 people in the vessel, their families, what they're going through. If the shoe was on the other foot and this was happening to your family, this would be an absolute nightmare to be going through this. If it was your husband, your child. And that's the part that I'll never, of course, forget about any. It doesn't matter about whatever case. It's the people's lives that are impacted, and that people were either their lives are brutally taken, or in this particular case, Sure, it's not exactly true crime, but you know what? It definitely is worthy of being shown and following, because it's just a very sad, tragic thing, regardless of whatever. Doesn't matter if they used remote controls or they did this or did that, doesn't matter. Bottom line is that you just want those 5 people to be brought to the surface and found.
Yeah.
You cannot buy a vowel. You can't. No. No. Yeah.
So
you can go ahead.
Sunny, before we go off tonight, what were your thoughts on the email that I showed you this morning about the 135 documents that they have to go through on Delphi?
Okay. Before we get to that, because I'm not a praying type person, besides saying my own prayers, you got a prayer up there in your head there, Adam, for the people's lives that are lost? I don't really know the words. Do you?
I mean, if you're asking for a prayer, I mean, I would say, dear Heavenly Father, please
protect,
bring us a miracle, and protect the 5 people that were on board the Titan. Rescue, and please, bless the rescuers that are out searching for them. May all of them stay safe, and let this come to a peaceful resolution, and everyone be found alive.
Yeah. Amen.
Sorry, you caught me a little off guard there. I was trying to think of a formal prayer, but
if Deb was here, she'd be good at that. So let me put it this way. I say prayers, but never, I'm not like one of these people that really thinks of what to say in like this prayer thing of, it's not flowing to my brain.
There's no correct structure to a prayer.
I know.
A prayer to me is, something that comes from your heart, that's, asking for something from a higher power, and, whatever that may be is going to be how it comes out of your mouth or out of your mind.
Well, until you see Shelly post it, and then your brain panics and you're like, wait, what?
No, I know.
Thinking,
I've spent my whole life in church, and you said it to me, and I'm like, well, I can't think about prayer.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I was like, Adam, didn't you go to like church more so or something like that?
Yeah, like come Lord,
I was just asking.
Let's be our guest.
Yeah, I know, that's all I was thinking in my head. Come on, Jesus, be right.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be this day.
Yeah.
Give us our daily bread.
Yeah.
Forgive us our trespasses. We forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
Oh yeah. Well, we can't really deliver us from evil. There's evil all around us, even in this chat group right now. Shelly. No, I'm just kidding. But no. Thank you for doing that, Adam. You took a little bit of load off of me there on that one. Like I said, I pray, but that one caught me off guard. I mean, normally it's like Deb, falls right into it.
Right. But no, everyone, of course, say a prayer for, like I said, all of the people that are on board of the Titan, all of the people that are searching, the family members of those people. I know that the stepson of the one billionaire has gotten a lot of crap on online for going to the Blink 182 concert this weekend, which
who did?
I myself was like, oh really? Your stepdad's missing, and you went to a concert and took a picture and posted it online. But
really,
I mean, it wasn't T Swift. Kidding.
Or Mariah. Come on now. So this was whose child or stepchild?
One of the passengers' stepsons.
Probably doesn't care about him, obviously. He's just like, I hate to say what I was thinking there, but yeah, it's probably like, ooh, there's some people out there like that.
If I'd gone, I don't think I would have posted the picture online.
No, you're just making yourself look bad, dude. It doesn't matter if you loved the guy, hated the guy, whatever. It doesn't matter. what was he pre-celebrating or something, like his stepdad's gonna bite the dust and he's gonna get some millions of bucks or something like that. That's just, I'm sorry, but if he can sit there and post that he was at a Blink concert and his dad or stepdad is sitting, whatever, that's a little bit insensitive to post that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just.
I'm not saying I wouldn't have gone. I just wouldn't have posted it online.
Yeah, but that to me is just attention getting by doing that. You know darn well it was. Like,
Or tone deaf.
Yeah, one of the two. Anyways, well, just for that purpose alone, let's find them, guys. Let's get them to the surface, and if they're not already on the surface. Anyways, bottom line is, just in chat, one, do you still think that they're alive still? Right? And if so, they got the worst cramps ever, I swear to God. And two, do you think that they've succumbed to the environment or implosion? So one, if you still think they're alive, two, if you don't, pretty much. With a girl he found. Okay. Two.
Good night, Diana.
Yeah. Good night, Diana. Okay. So most people are feeling like two. I'm gonna stick with one. I'm gonna keep the faith in this and hold out hope that a miracle is gonna come about from all of this. I'm
That'd be
praying.
wonderful.
I would love to see a happy ending to this horrific ordeal. I mean, right, we're talking about husbands, and let's see here. This is, let me just see if I have it here. Just want to quickly show you something else, and then we'll go back into your topic there about those pages. No. So that is Dawood's.
That's
Yeah.
the Pakistani billionaire.
Yeah.
That's the one
and
that's
that's
the sign board.
Yeah, this is from a site. It's not from no Facebook. It's from the media, by the way. But anyways, so think of this poor lady that not only has a husband down there, but her son Sula. How you say it? Suleiman. How do you pronounce that?
The 22-year-old.
The 19-year-old.
Oh, is he? Wait, he's 19. I thought he was 22. I'm sorry.
Oh, pretty sure he was 19, but maybe he's 22.
You're probably. I thought he was 22, but you might be right. Let me look.
You guys,
I have an
22.
I just had an article pulled up about them, so let me look.
Yeah, I thought he was 19.
Oh, damn it, doesn't have his age. Sorry. That because Hercules is his name, right?
Hercules Solomon. 19. I was right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Solomon. Yeah, I just remember only because they had said 19 a few times. So you said 22.
Thank you.
Okay. So, same difference.
I'm not sure where I was getting 22.
Yeah. But anyways, regardless, you guys, again, prayers. Not only does she have her husband down there, she has her son down there as well. And again, the devastation. Okay. So prayers for them. And moving on quickly, Adam, you just were asking about the 135 pages that what about them?
Yeah. So I mean, do you think we're gonna get like literally a website with 135 documents on it, or what are your thoughts? Because I doubt that. I doubt that we're gonna get 135 documents.
Well, 135 papers, perhaps. Is there 135 documents?
Right.
Like, yeah,
Well, I mean,
papers.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday, I was told from the Allen County Court that that it's going to be the Richard Allen case file minus health records.
Right.
But so, I mean, I doubt it'll be 135 different documents, but I am interested to know what's going to be in there now, even more so than before. I've been on document watch for 3 days now.
Yeah, I mean, probably 135 perhaps papers. Like, if one document file had 3 papers in it,
right?
Type of thing. I don't know. That's what I would kind of think. But yeah, I'm still really. Yeah,
it's Delphi. You know it's going to come out tomorrow during your husband's birthday.
No, don't jinx it. See, that's what I'm saying.
It's Delphi. course it will.
Shut up. I know, watch it. And I'm just like, no, please just give us till Friday. Friday's the scheduled live day anyway. So
Well, yeah, I made a thumbnail just in case.
did you?
I sent it to you. I sent you 3.
I didn't see them. When?
Like
when?
Earlier today, and I said, hey, these are samples just in case.
I didn't acknowledge you whatsoever, obviously.
No, you did not. And I was like, well, I thought to myself, were they that bad?
Oh, you're okay. I guess you did. Totally didn't see it because I was sent. Oh, it's because you said my conversation was muted and I was too busy being pissed off about that because I hate it when I send a message and then the person that I'm sending it to goes, muted, can't hear nothing. And I'm like, oh, for F's sakes, what a freaking waste of an entire breath of a minute sometimes. Because on the computer, you can only do a minute. On the iPad,
Right.
you can go as long as you want. But anyways, nothing worse when you send a freaking minute message. And then you're just like, oh, even though that one was only like 5 seconds or something. But still, I don't know. There's something about me in this last week and a half that I keep forgetting to unmute myself because I'm too busy making videos. And when I'm recording, I turn off my one speaker, my one mic. And then so when I go send a message on Messenger, it's muted because I forget. Please let our chat and support uplift the families of the missing men. God, let searchers find them expeditiously. Please deliver them oxygen. Please return them safely home. Lord, hear our prayers. Beautiful,
Aw.
Lisa. Thank you so
Lisa.
much. Yeah.
I was waiting for the sarcasm, but thank you, Lisa.
No, I was going to say every now and again, Lisa can step back, with no sarcasm to it. She knows sarcasm mostly, serious when you have to be. Got to have the balance of both. So Lisa's more like me and really more or less joke around most of it and, crack sarcasm and whatever. And you be serious when you need to be, I know that there was unsealing of the documents of Harmony Montgomery as well. I didn't see them. I heard about them a couple times already. What I want to say to that is that on whatever station it was, I can't remember if it was News Nation. I can't remember what station I saw it on. Thank you, Lisa. Was that Harmony Montgomery's brother was adopted by these two men, a husband and a husband. And so he had spoke out today because they had tried to adopt Harmony as well because the son was really close to Harmony. But something about Harmony's dad not wanting to give up the rights or something like that. So, unfortunately, in hindsight, they wish they would have, tried harder or whatever. But so basically these two dads have the brother of Montgomery Harmony, and he was kind of talking about it today. But anyways, yes, I did hear about the unsealing of the documents for Harmony Montgomery, and if I'm not mistaken, like Eric, which is the father, is the one that took her life. If I'm not mistaken. There was new docs that came out and there was new docs that came out in Idaho. Was you talking about the DNA one, Shelley?
That was a lot. Sorry, I had like a sneezing attack while you were talking.
Oh yeah, I think is Shelley talking about the 33-page one?
Yeah.
Is that the one you're talking about? That would be a tough one there, Mimi Helen. I do believe. We're pretty much at that 2-hour mark, guys. Again, we're just gonna head off here in just a minute, okay? It's 8:32 my time. Today's Wednesday. Sorry, losing track of my own days. The couple was the original ones that reported her missing. Yeah, I think it is Shelley. Alexa, we got cut off the other night when the live ended. I'm so happy there was a Big donation. Not sure what you're talking about there. Is that the GoFundMe or something?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Anyways, okay, you guys, I think it's time to wrap it up. We've talked about this long enough. I'm gonna go now, do some searching to see if there's anything else, again, that is happening around it. Better call your husband, and so we can tell him
So,
happy birthday.
actually, I have a feeling we'll get to tell him happy birthday tomorrow when he's like, "Why aren't you paying attention to me?"
Well, it depends. Yeah, he's, I'm not gonna lie, he's not in the best mood because his back is killing him still.
Oh, that's the worst.
My
Back
husband,
pain and tooth pain are the worst. You can't escape a toothache or a backache.
yeah, we'll see maybe tomorrow if we're doing a live or not. You know what? I honestly, I don't want to bug him because I know that he's not going to really want to, because you know guys are the biggest sucks when they're in pain. You guys know this.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you guys do. Seriously, women can shoot out 10 kids out of the same canal, and men are
Right.
But anyway,
you may have had 10 kids, but have you ever had a cold?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, giving birth to 10 kids is nothing to a man's cold. We know that. Yeah.
I mean, it's like that would be like getting, your arm cut off compared to a splinter. I mean, can you imagine how bad a splinter would hurt?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But I will let him know.
Maybe tomorrow you can give him a happy birthday dance on our live.
Yeah, you guys want to watch some XXX stuff? No problem. We got that covered. Right. I'll just leave
Members
the camera.
only.
Right. Members only. Members only. Hey, let's
Migraines are bad.
We'll be good on this live. Anyways, you guys, I'll let him know that you guys said happy birthday to him. Hi, Ben. How are you? Oh, well, now that Ben's here, we have to at least stay 10 more seconds. Because Ben, I would go down in that sub with Aspen. I like how he says, really, Ben? You want to go down in that sub with Aspen? Look at your little fan club. You got your only freaking fans club going on there. And then you got the women to go with it. Yeah. Do I have any females that would go down in the sub with me? Don't worry.
Oh, they would all go down with you, Sonny.
Yeah, I'd take them out before I took myself out. I'll tell you that much. I'd be sitting there going, "Give me your oxygen." No, yeah. That it is really sad to think about. You're in a cramped vessel that's a round cylinder. You barely got any space to move around.
Right.
That was pretty sure you
8 by
typoed
21
there.
feet, I think.
I feel like, Shelly, feel like you typoed there. I think that was a F yes. Yeah, I think for Adam it was an F no. For me it was an F yes. Yeah. That's how I'm reading it, Shelly. Not my problem if you can't type. Adam, look at Ben's picture. Yeah, Adam, look at Ben's picture. Hold on.
That's the same picture Ben's always had.
Yeah. Every time I look at that picture, you know what it reminds me of? You go first, Adam. What would ever first come to your mind when you look at that picture?
Just a romantic submarine ride.
Not quite what I was thinking. I don't know why, but for me, it's JFK comes into my head.
Like I said,
Junior.
both found deep underwater.
Yep. I remember the day that his plane went down. Him and his wife Caroline were flying, and his plane was found upside down just off the shore because he didn't have
Of
the license.
Boston.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And here we are with the well, I mean, I know the Titanic is 900 miles off of Boston, but yeah. I'm all about Ben's picture.
Jeff just wanted me to pull his up. He just wanted me to pull that up so everyone can look at his smiling face as he's singing "We Will Rock You," for his freaking rock anthem, pounding, banging anthem. Yeah. Can you just see them having a beat down there? We will. We want to be saved. Yeah. Yeah. How about SOS? It will be interesting if that supposed banging sound audio ends up being true or not.
Right.
You guys, before we go, do you guys believe that audio is true or false? Doesn't matter. Don't listen to the news because they don't get the side shit that sleuths do. Y'all know that people in the higher government and stuff leak stuff too. Do you guys believe that the audio is real or not real? Boom, 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 boom. Come on now. Yeah, don't force me because I'll ditch you guys all right now. I'd like to see if
there's no updates as of like an hour. Oh wait, 33 minutes. Yeah, there's no updates like before we go off.
Yeah, not until they get probably the ROV.
Right.
The audio.
Getting our allergy pill.
Here, I'll play it quickly. All right. For your eyes only, I suppose, and everybody else's. Nerdy Addict.
That's
it's on
not gonna
Nerdy
happen,
Addict.
Lisa.
Ready? You ready? I'll do it one more time.
Wait.
What do you guys think, Adam?
So that's purportedly being said that it's audio from the actual submersive.
Right.
Um,
Okay, one more time. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna say my gut tells me that's not audio from the actual Titan submersive, but I will say that it probably gives us an idea of what that would sound like.
Correct.
I mean, my gut tells me that's not from the actual vessel, but I mean, I think it's probably legitimate as far as the type of sound it would be.
Yeah.
If that
I didn't have
makes
enough time to Google it. I was trying to Google it to see if I could find a similar clip of it online, but I didn't have enough time.
Right.
Regardless, my thing is this. You guys got brain cells. You guys can decide for yourself. Kind of like the Idaho tape that's out there that's false. Okay, that's false. That's going around. It's not real. It's false. And if any of you guys believe it's real, you guys need to go smack your head against a rock yourself because it's false. We've already shown that on this show that it has nothing to do with the Idaho case. Right. This right here again. If it's not real, it still gives you an example of what it would sound underneath the water, perhaps. I mean,
Jeff says Joseph Morris better not have made that.
Right, doofus. But at the end of the day, I don't know what Morse code sounds like underneath. I'd have to probably go listen to something that sounded and see if that's like a Morse code signal. Doesn't mean it's still from them, but just to see if it's like a Morse code signal or something like that. Freaking, I wasn't in Boy Scouts or something like that. He probably did under a new name. Yeah. Anyways, hold on. I'm gonna yawn. You guys aren't gonna watch me
Well,
either.
I've yawned like 5 times. I feel so rude. I'm so sorry.
What's another? Okay, you guys. Prayers for the families. Again, we'll keep updated with this, you guys. Of course, I know everyone's watching. Everyone's knows that. I guess it was 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know. Should we trust Steph as saying giving times?
Well, I mean, people.
Consider-
I mean, I believe. I mean, people are going off the 96 hours. So I mean, that that tracks. I'd heard 7 a.m., but 5 a.m. I mean, that's probably more accurate. Who knows? But it all goes into whether, I mean, whether they panic, whether they've been calm.
Yeah. All I know is time's running out.
Yeah.
Prayers to the family and prayers to the people that are in there, and hopefully they are still alive and hopefully to be recovered. Yeah. I know.
Rescued.
See, Jack, darling, can't you hear me? SOS, right?
Right. And Lala is in St. John. So thank you for being here, Lala, because I really appreciate your take on everything, because you're literally in St. John, where a lot of the rescue operations are leaving from.
Yeah. Want to see where my little boats are at right now. So the horizon is there. You guys know who Terry Fox is? Do you guys know in America who Terry Fox is? Do you?
The name is familiar.
Who here knows who Terry Fox is that's not Canadian? Anybody? 1 second.
Oh, wow. WFLA is going live at 4 a.m. Eastern time. Thank you, Fibro.
Yeah. Which is
Poor
Hey JB.
How will he get his suit on and his hair gelled in time?
Yeah.
I like JB.
I like JB. Yeah, too. Okay, so there's our Adelante. I want to say it's like a drink. Adelante. I want to call it Adelante, to be honest with you.
Oh, I'll have one.
Yeah, I know.
Light on the ice, please.
Yeah. So look at that, it's meeting up. So the where's the prince? Where's the prince?
Gone.
You're in there, aren't you? Where are you going? Where's the little prince? So where's the prince ship? Are you back up here? Hold on. Where's our prince ship? Where the frick did it disappear to? Hey, where did it go? There it is. Oh yeah, that one's definitely going to port. See where it is now, Adam?
Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Here.
It must be going to get fuel or something, because
yeah. Or maybe it's.
And that's why the other one that I think was close. I think it was the more likely one to have arrived closer. I just don't know if it had the capabilities on board to perform a rescue operation.
Well, I'm thinking. I would think that it dropped its ROV down.
Yeah.
I would think that it's dropped its ROV down, and then they're heading to port to fuel up, or they're meeting up with another ship to fuel up, but probably docking. I don't know, because there's no way it's going to be like on the 23rd. So it's already there. So there's, whoops, I'm on the wrong thing. I mean, this is the horizon that's on its way. You got the Polar Prince is the one that dropped off the, Titan. And then you got the, this is the one that has the special ROV on it. So, I mean, right. I mean, chances are it's probably like dropped its ROV or whatever it's doing and freaking probably heading back to port. I guess I'll have to see later where it's sitting. Maybe it's fueling up off another ship. Who knows? Who knows exactly? Right. Either way, it's in the where the Titanic is. So, I mean, we all know that. We all know that time is not on their side. So this is a race against time. And
Yeah.
Terry Fox, exactly. So Terry Fox is from here in Burnaby, in Vancouver, Canada. And Terry Fox had cancer, and he ran across Canada. So that's what he's known for
Oh, wow.
cancer. And so basically, there's the Terry Fox Cancer Foundation, and hence the boat named Terry Fox. So Terry Fox was, like I said, it's one of those names that it's very familiar over here in Canada for the purpose of, again, he had cancer. And when he was running, he ran with like one of his legs is prosthetic when he's
Oh,
running.
wow.
Right. And so he set out on a journey to run across Canada. And hence why Terry Fox is a huge name here. And it's on a lot of, like I said, buildings and stuff like that. Anyways, Terry Fox is a hero, somebody to look up to for sure. Anyway, so it's kind of like John Cabot. Go ahead.
I said that's awesome.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's always cool when like John Cabot is an explorer out of Newfoundland, did research. He was an explorer. And so like there's John Cabot College. And as you can see, there's a John Cabot ship, again, people that left a big impact in the world and did a lot of things and stuff like that. And yeah, so for me, hopefully these people on the boat are safe, but regardless, someone like Stockton Rush, again, somebody that is thinking outside of the box, trying to whatever, go through hurdles and jump, with whatever tech to do research and create new ways, new ideas. If it wasn't for those people, again, right? If it wasn't for those people that do the inventions, and some people, like I said, have these dreams and things and whatever, and accidents happen. So if this turns out to be a tragic accident, sadly, he did a bunch of, they all did a bunch of good things, obviously, but obviously he will be very memorialized as well for doing that. But anyways, all right, you guys have a great night. I just read that the Polar Print ship is the Titan right, it's the mothership, exactly. Yeah, absolutely. Anyways, guys, you guys take care, have a great night. We will see you when we see you. Maybe tomorrow,
probably.
Maybe not, we'll see. Bye-bye. This is Sunny Justice and Aspen Connor from It's a Crime and Shame, wishing you all a good night.